hope that things will be better. If I'm fixing my malchut, my physical awareness, my will to receive to myself, my isav in myself, when I have the hope in the end and the beginning of the year, which is Kislev. Why Kislev considered to be the end and the beginning of the year? Not the official one. Rosh Hashanah is the official one. But we know that in Rosh Hashanah they're saying to us, everything will be sealed until Kislev. So Kislev is now. Kislev is Moed Bet, it's the second test. The hope that even though we failed, we were already deep in the beginning of the year. All the promises that we made on our list on Rosh Hashanah where we cried in Sar-Shalom, we already started the reality, what we found, exactly like last year. Same challenges, same triggers, and same response, and same behavior. We didn't evolve. So now in Kislev, the hope is that we are getting a second chance. And the second chance to evolve is to see this kisla, this, like to open our hearts and our pockets, kislev. Kiss, pocket, live, to open it. And to see this, opportunity to rise again to our real potential of our higher self that is an image in the higher worlds. For example, just for an example, and I'm throwing it as an idea. Let's say that in the higher worlds, they sing you, the angels, with the beard. They coming here, they don't see the beard. They need now to give you a gift, to shake you, to get into a reality that you will have a beard for your own self-higher manifestation of who you really authentically are. When we're looking in a TV series like Survivor, and the candidates after 10 days, they all have beards. It's changing their personality, it's changing the dynamic. Something in the beard is giving a present of your real higher self putting the mask, putting the rejections, giving you the opportunity to get out more of yourself and to be really more authentic who you are really here and now, and not your fake version. So when the angels coming and they sing you as the fake version, I'm taking it now to the relationship of you and your son. You're a genius in math, your son have a problem with math. You love your son. You want him to be genius in math exactly like you. You want him to play in piano exactly like you. What are you going to do from love? You're going to kill him. You're going to train him. You're going to destroy him until he will know math and play the piano in the level that you want it for him because you love him. That's how God loves us. If he knows, and not that I'm saying it for myself, I'm saying it from understanding the Torah. If God knows that your potential is, for example, like the 100%, and the angels coming and seeing what is the stamina, what is the potential of this person, is 13%. What are you going to get from love? Esther. Even harder situations. A lot of people saying that when they saw God in their life and they started to strengthen themselves, in the beginning everything clicked, and they had what we called orot. They had like lights. Everything worked. When they entered into the real work, which is in every work, the commitment, the continuation, the overreach the gaps, to deal with the hardship and to push where it's really hard, when it's really starting to get hard. Yeah, when the honeymoon is over and the work is really start, a lot of people withdrawing without even understanding that they're withdrawing. Why? Because they don't have this agenda of knowing how to do the balance. Jacob was born from Avraham and Yitzchak. And then even in Israel itself, even in Jacob itself, we know that he changed his name from Jacob to Israel. So what Yaakov stands, it's standing in Hasidut, it's called a little brain. In Hebrew, it's called mochin de katnut. What is a little brain? Little brain is when you're getting the trigger, your response is limited to leave the engagement in agony, because you are not prepared yet to contain and digest and lead the situation into more harmony and love. So you need to grow, not the people who's shouting that you need to grow. You need to grow. And you need to thank them that they help you to grow. Now, what is Israel means? Israel means big brain. Mochin de Gadlut. What is Mochin de Gadlut? And maybe we will finish here, unless anyone wants to talk. Mochin de Gadlut in Hasidut, big brain, it's where when the trigger is coming and you're trying to do the response from an awareness that it's not here about, he pushed me, I pushed him. It's here, I'm coming to get a high message. Where is God? Here is God. And this is the sky to the heaven. And then you're coming and you're applying this understanding that when you're waking from the dream, from the honeymoon, and you're starting the walk, and the hardship is coming, and you're tweaking it, you're tuning it, that every escalation, you're applying humbleness, and you're applying resistance, and persevere, and resilience. And you're not giving your second cheek for another slap. But you sometimes need to take slaps as well. So to find the balance, where do I give and where do I take? Where do I influence and where do I receive? And what is the main idea? To receive in order to give. That's the fixation, the tikkun. What Esav wants, I want just to receive everything, with no breaks. What Jacob is suggesting, Jacob suggesting there is something to learn from Esav. I need to learn from Esav to be the tricky, cheaty analyst. I need a little bit to evolve from my innocent, almost idiotic, I just need a book in a tent and I'm fine. The world is a glory. While Esav is having castles and building cathedrals on the most beautiful mountain of Switzerland. And all the gold in the world is under his banks, Esav. Now, these two dualities of world, of the Judeo-Hebrew civilization of just context and text and books, culture, spirit, idishea gishmakt, versus metals and iron and war and politics and fight and ego and emptiness and entertainment and vitality and exhausted and over drugs and overused and death and next generation come. Who is ruling the world? Who is dominant? So last week, number 6, Toldot, we learned this duality between Jacob and Esav in our soul. Now we are learning that the seventh place, the Malchut, is here and now. We need to change our triggers and our response into the middle path, which is the balance, which is the right judgment between the strengths and the mercy, between chesed and gevura, between right hand to our left hand, and to make something that it doesn't exist. The middle path doesn't exist. It's an hologram, because in nature we always have just plus and minus, cold and warm, male and women. But even between male and a woman, between this plus and minus, we have what I'm calling the third person. It's the dynamic that being created from the engagement, from this particular engagement of them. There were only couple in the world that could create this dynamic, that he's taking out of her something, she's taking out of him something, and they have work. Let's say 70% is smooth and perfect. The 30% where there are crashes, this is where your trainer, your wife is your trainer, she came to teach you a lesson that you need to find, you need to find what is the hidden thing, why she's behaving like this. So she's helping you to grow. And she's seeing your faults. So she knows exactly, she's the best teacher. Does anyone wants to add something, or you want to finish here?
I think the concept of receiving, I always believe that Kabbalah meant to receive, like a receipt.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was really interested in talking about the reason why you receive is to give. I mean, that's a fantastic concept.
Look, it's very interesting what you said, because Kabbalah, the word Kabbalah, what is it? It's receiving. Yeah. So the entire wisdom code, the entire wisdom is how to receive. So you're asking Henry, what is the connection between receiving and giving? Like, what is the game here?
No, it's the connection, it's not the difference. There is no difference, they're part of the same thing. But in order to receive, to get the benefit from receiving, you have to know how to give.
Correct.
But before you can give, you have to receive.
Correct.
And in order to receive, you have to be in a place.
Correct.
You have to be in a place where you're receptive.
Correct.
Right? If you're just in a world of mishmash and crazy, and,
Correct.
Nothing's going on. I mean, a lot is going on, but you're not really connected.
Yes.
Then you will not be receptive.
Correct. Correct.
And that's why you've got to meditate and pray and do all that to get the rays of sun, the rays of God.
Yeah. Look, to answer is to say that what we are learning in the Torah is how to develop what I call a vessel. It's not me, it's written in the Kabbalah, it's a vessel. A vessel in Hebrew, it's kli. Kli, it's a toolbox. It's like you need to go with a physical toolbox in the physical world and expand your toolbox and expand your offering, expand your skills to create a flow of energy where you receive all the skills and the knowledge to coordinate. Then when you're coming to give, you're taking all of the skills that you collected to yourself. And from all of the skills that you collected, you're creating a beautiful middle path of a harmony between a lot of people. So you took all of your generosity, all of the things that you received to yourself, and you inspired a bigger spark in a big chunk of people to create good. So you are allowed, according to Kabbalah, to receive as much as you want, as